What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Let's jump right into it. Seems that Gennady Golovkin might be in a pickle. I'm going to link an article in the description. Not really pretty much, pertaining directly to this video, but it has something to do with it. And Oscar De La Hoya tells Triple G, have fun or good luck fighting Sergey Derevyanchenko, which is his IBF mandatory. He's trying to get an exception. Well, he's trying to get the Vaness fight sanctioned so he don't have to fight his mandatory and Sergey Derevyanchenko. So, if you haven't heard, him and Canelo negotiations fell through. Basically, Golden Boy tried to rebuff the plan they had before. They had already agreed on for the rematch. Golovkin won more money. So that been the story. He been pricing himself out and pricing himself for years and selling it like people scared of him. Niggas ain't buying that shit no more. We not stupid, but some of y'all are stupid enough to believe that people scared of him, especially at this point. But he been outpricing himself, and Golden Boy said no. This is the same Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya that told him last year, if you go for undisputed in June and try to fight Canelo in September, we not gonna make the fight. And Golovkin, listen, Oscar feel like he controlled Golovkin. He a Golden Boy fighter, and he been telling Golovkin what to do because Golovkin been money hungry. He been Canelo hungry for so long. He got the Canelo fight, and now the Canelo inconvenienced him with the clenbuterol. He don't want the original deal they had for a rematch. He said he had, Tom Loeffler said he had sacrificed a lot even in the rematch, and now he want more of the earnings. He want more of the money. And De La Hoya said, no, that ain't possible. You're not getting no more than what we was going to give you for the rematch. And you're going to take it or leave it. So Golovkin chose to leave it. And most people said, well, he's going to fight Ryota Murata, the dude from Japan. That's not true. Ryota Murata is going to fight the guy he beat for the gold medal over there in Japan. So that's somebody gone. So even if that was the case, he still would have to fight Sergey Derevyanchenko. Even if the Vaness fight is they're not going to re-sanction that fight or sanction the fight. And then if that's the case, then with the Canelo fight out the way, it sounds like the WBC might press him to fight Jermall Charlo next. And Jermall Charlo has a tentative date for August, but I think he'll scrap that for a Triple G fight. And both are good fighters. Obviously, Sergey, he only has 12 fights and 10 knockouts, but he's a very good fighter, a little bit less experienced. Jermall Charlo is more experienced. And I think, most of the brothers, want to see Jermall Charlo. Most of the Triple G lovers wouldn't. They'd rather him fight Sergey Derevyanchenko or fight the guy from Japan. But they know Jermall Charlo is a threat, and Derevyanchenko is also a threat, even though he's a little bit less experienced. If he wasn't a threat and he was another one of those, mandatories like Dominic Wade or guys in the mode of Dominic Wade, or he was in the reel of Willie Monroe or Rosado, Proska, Curtis Stevens. He was in that type of class of fighter. He would have fought Derevyanchenko on May 5th. But he didn't because he knew he was dangerous. And do I believe Canelo Alvarez, with a year off, is going to fight Danny Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, Jermall Charlo? No, I don't believe that. When he put Gary Russell name in, I say Gary Russell, I'm all off. When he put Gary Spike O'Sullivan name in there, and David Lemieux was David Lemieux, miss weight or something, he going to go up to super middleweight now. He put Gary Spike O'Sullivan name. Gary Spike O'Sullivan has been linked to fighting Canelo after the Triple G rematch almost for a whole year. So, like he told Dan Rayfield, he basically, if he wait, he going to get the Canelo fight and make way more money. So I think that's the fight that they going to go for, especially with Canelo coming off a year. And, they going to sell it how they going to sell it, and Canelo going to profit, And Triple G, he's the one in the fucked up situation, to be honest. He got two mandatories sitting right here that, who he going to pay step-aside money? His cheap ass ain't paying step-aside money. Either he going to relinquish them belts or try to fight Billy Joe Saunders and go for undisputed. That's the smartest thing that he can do, because they got the other belts got to respect that. Even IBF would have to respect that he's trying to unify all the belts and become undisputed, but he's lying and saying Billy Joe Saunders priced himself out, and Frank Warren said that's not true. He said last June we had a deal in place for Golovkin to fight Billy Joe Saunders, but Golovkin listened to Oscar De La Hoya, and Oscar De La Hoya cracked the whip and controlled his career. So he dropped out on that. He said we had a deal for Billy Joe Saunders to go to Kazakhstan. So now he didn't burn that bridge by lying on Frank Warren and Billy Joe Saunders, saying that they priced themselves out and he don't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders. This dude just want to bum bash and hold his belts. You can't do that. Drop the belts, drop the WC to IBF, defend the Super WA belt, which doesn't have a mandatory, and you won't have no issues. Stop trying to hold this division up. If you're going to fight these young fighters or you're not going to fight the young fighters, that's the question. And you want to continue to bum bash and take the road of least resistance, your whole career has been bum bashing. You 36 years old now, just because you think you a popular name, you're really not a popular name. You did an Apple commercial when you think you popping, you got Jordan. Give a fuck about that. You know, you can't make no real money without Canelo. And then now you got to go make short money fighting these young lions with Canelo. So you want to play all tough tone in a negotiation and try to play hardball with a company that got one of the biggest stars in boxing. He going to sell regardless, even if he juicing or not. The Mexican people going to ride with him. Ain't no 100,000 Kazakhstanian maniacs coming over to America to see your ass fight. Might be a few, but ain't a lot coming to watch Gennady Golovkin fight. So you got to understand your position of power, and his position of power is the bottom itch to Canelo Alvarez, and you got to take what you can get. Beat him, and maybe you can have the popularity power in your hand next time on a rematch. You can get the upper hand, but he don't want to compromise. He didn't want to compromise on weight. He didn't want to compromise with Canelo before. He didn't want to compromise with Cotto. He didn't want to compromise with Andre Ward. He didn't want to compromise with nobody. And now he in a position where he pretty much, you know, he got to fight for short change. Even if he beat Jermall Charlo, beat Sergey Derevyanchenko, you know, even if he beat those guys, guess what? He probably gonna not even make close to what he gonna make with Canelo. And then he gonna be fighting tough fights versus two good punchers and two technically gifted fighters and athletically gifted fighters. So he gonna take another beating and wear down a little bit more and be a year older. And then Canelo gonna kind of give you a little bit more. You gonna say, "Oh, I'm starving. I need a payday." You gonna come back at 37 years old next year for Cinco de Mayo. You know, a year older, playing to Canelo hands. Okay, a little bit beat up from fight 1 or 2 or both of these guys at some point because he want to fight in September and December. Older, wore out, beat up. You know. And then you're going to come back, fight Canelo at 37, more wore out and beat up. And compromise then. We could just compromise, not beat him, and get the lion's share or get a better share if you beat him in a rubber match. Because they was already talking about a rubber match, a third match. So, business-wise, I told you, this dude's an idiot. You know, whoever managing this guy's career ain't doing a real good job about it. You know? He's an idiot. You know? They always talk about, oh, this guy wants too much money. It's about money, 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 money. You know, oh, he priced himself out. They really don't fight. Nobody believe in that no more. Like Andre Ward said, they selling fear, but we ain't buying it. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, I hope it's Jermall Charlo or Shaq. It don't even matter. You know, I'm tired of him fighting them bum-ass motherfuckers. Fight one of these guys and prove your worth and then go crawl back to Canelo in May, a year older like an idiot. It's TBC and more. Y'all know what it is. We go.